Now, for a long time, I always convinced myself that Mixx is not a racist club, and the online reviews which I've read about Mixx as being racist and not allowing people from certain parts of the world is just an individual experience and nothing to do with no kind of generalization, nothing that it happens on a regular basis. But after having experienced it myself firsthand, I can confirm without an iota of doubt that Mixx is in fact very, very racist, and it does not allow patrons from specific parts of the world. In particular, what I've seen is that they don't, at least they're not too happy with allowing people from the Indian subcontinent. Now, when I say Indian subcontinent, by far the people I'm talking about are people from India, because how many people from Pakistan or Bangladesh are we talking about? Probably not too many. And after that, what I've seen is that they seem to be a little skeptical about people from the Middle East, and they're also quite racist when it comes to African tourists. Now, this kind of racism for me is beyond comprehension. If I look at myself as an Indian, my purchasing power, my ability to spend is no less than any foreigner, any from anywhere in the world. And the same holds true for a lot of Indians who go to Thailand. See, Thailand is much closer for us Indians in comparison to, say, somebody who's coming from the US or UK or other parts of Europe. They typically tend to plan in such a way that they spend much longer time here. And when they do so, they are typically in that backpacker sort of mentality where they travel cheap, live cheap, and they're always counting pennies. Whereas a lot of Indians, including me, often we go on these very short trips which are like the weekend or maybe 3 days, 4 days maximum, and then we splurge. We really enjoy ourselves. We go all out. I've never been to Khao San Road and stayed in one of those shanties. I always stay in a 3 star, 4 star, 5 star, and in fact, more often probably I've stayed in a 5 star. So these kind of things are very difficult for me to understand. You can check out a lot of the hotels. I've on this very channel of mine, I've done hotel room tours of a lot of the hotels where I've stayed in. Recently, I did the Landmark Hotel, that, if I'm understand correctly, is a 5 star. And so likewise, I've done various other properties around Bangkok and beyond in Pattaya. So these kind, that gives you an idea in terms of the quality of the tourist who's coming. He's spending money. He's having a good time. Under such circumstances, to be racist is simply beyond my ability to comprehend. Now, I understand that Mixx is, beyond being just a club, it serves as a, sort of a pickup joint. Yes, it does. In case you don't know, it is, because there are a lot of these girls, the Central Asian women from Uzbekistan and these, ancillary places, who are actually coming here to be picked up, and there are these men who are coming to pick them up. So, it's a win-win situation for them all. Under such circumstances, why to have this kind of racist mentality where you don't allow? See, it becomes more obvious when you're walking down the path and you have others who are being allowed to go in at the same time, and you're being stopped for no reason, and they'll give all sorts of excuses that, oh, we have this membership night and we have blah 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 blah, whereas others who also just walked in, somebody could be from, I don't know, from anywhere else. You are going, suppose you're an Indian, you're going with an American behind you and in front of you. These two chaps will probably be allowed to go in, whereas as an Indian I might be stopped for no reason, and they're just as fresh to probably the club and to Bangkok and to Thailand as I am. Whereas in fact, rather, I'm one who's traveled a lot and seen a lot. So my point is, it simply does not make any sense, this kind of racist mentality where you're unnecessarily giving all sorts of silly excuses. And sometimes I feel, honestly, I feel that if you have to be racist and you have to be, such, that you might as well be open about it rather than being deceptive and giving all sorts of silly excuses which people can easily see through. Be honest about it. Say that, okay, we don't allow Indian patrons or Middle Easterns or Africans, etc. Of course, you'll have such a backlash that you'll probably not cease to remain in business. But still, if you really want to do it, for whatever reason you want to do it, do it openly rather than being so roundabout fashion. It doesn't make sense to me. My point through this video is that all those who are speculating about whether or not Mixx is racist, I'm telling you categorically through first hand experience that Mixx is racist. I've had experiences where I've been able to go in, but my friends, in fact, I very recently recall 3 continuous nights where, 2 to 3 friends together, invariably, at one of us or two of us, had to face issues, and only one or two, were able to get in. Or on other occasions, everyone was being stopped. So something or the other, some challenge or the other. Now, my point is, who wants to be insulted like this? Indians watching this, I'm telling you, you're better off going to places like Bossy. The ambience is probably not the same, not as good as Mixx. And if you're likely, going to pick up chicks, I'm telling you that you'll probably not have the same quality of chicks in Mixx as in Bossy as you're going to find in Mixx. But still, is it worth being insulted? That is my point. It's not worth being insulted. And Bangkok has ample options as far as, if you're looking to pick up chicks, there are ample options. I'm making more videos on that as well, so you can stay tuned. By and large, in conclusion, Mixx is very racist and it is not worth it. That is my primary bottom line. Cheers.